The Unfiltered by Jade.
Jade. Welcome to the Unfiltered by Jade, where we get out of the box and dive into topics that are sidelined. I look forward to entertain, educate, and inspire. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, donate, and make everybody know about this.
Beats by RB Records, a proud sponsor of The Unfiltered by Jade.
Shopping Assistance Jamaica takes the stress away. Our services include online and local shopping in Jamaica for individuals and businesses, personal shopping, purchasing of company and office supplies, importing and exporting small packages across Jamaica and worldwide, helping you to find unique gifts and items for all events and occasions. Contact us at 876-919-5195. Shopping Assistance 2015 at gmail.com. Follow Shopping Assistance on Instagram at Shopping Assist JA, at Twitter at Shopping Assist 5, and Facebook at The Shopping Assistance. Shopping Assistance, your style, your budget. Welcome to The Unfiltered by Jade. Today we have one of my fellow podcasters. Her name is Rosie, and I'm gonna let her give you more introduction of herself, and if she can tell a little bit more. And she have a podcast called Mama Life Plus Three, and she is a mom of 3 boys. And I mean, persons who have boys know how it is. You know, people who have girls, it's kind of different, but when they have boys, you know how it is. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get into it with you to find out. So, hello, and how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you.
All right. So you are a mom of all boys. How is that?
Oh my God, it is so stressful. I have 3. Like, I have a 5-year-old who's almost 6. I have a 2-year-old, and I have a 10-month-old.
Whoa. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Tell us how you manage all of that.
Oh my God, how do I manage? My day starts like at 5 because they all like to wake up at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
5 o'clock. And
is it because that's how you set it for them, or they just automatically, all 3 of them wake up at 5 o'clock?
I think I purposely set it up for them, and I regretted it because now I'm trying to get my 10-month-old on the sleeping pattern, and I've been up I usually stay up all night with him because I'm still doing sleep training. So when they wake up at 5, they just throw my sleep off because I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get any sleep.
So you're trying to get the youngest one now on some sleep time training, how to basically be asleep by what, 8 o'clock?
Yes, everybody's in bed at 8 o'clock, which is a struggle because we have to do the routine, brush everybody's teeth, read a story, put the pajamas on, and then they're off to bed. And then the 10-month-old is crying his head off because, we put him down and he doesn't want to go down. So he cries for like 30 minutes or so before he finally goes down.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. How do you manage being married? Being married, so you're a wife, you're a mom. How do you manage all of that? With all of this hecticness being drawn down on you, how do you make time for everything? You make time for the kids, and you make time for hobby, and you make time for yourself. How do you do that?
I think me and hubby set time apart after the kids go to bed, like 8 o'clock. That's our time.
Okay.
So we just do what we do at 8. Mm-hmm. We either watch a movie together, drink some wine. Finally, I could drink because I'm done breastfeeding. So good.
Okay, good. Yes. Nice. So who disciplines the boys? Are you the discipliner, or is your husband the one that
You know what?
disciplines?
I'm the pushover. I'm so bad at disciplining. Like my husband usually does the disciplining.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm like,
Why? But why? Why is that so?
oh my, I don't know, like what's up with us mothers? It's like every single tear gets me. Like seriously, I cannot do it. Like I can't. Every tear gets me weak. It's like they pull at my heartstrings. I'm like, oh my god.
I get that. I understand. Um, so there are three boys. So what are the differences with your boys, and how do you cater to their individual needs?
Well, my 5 year old isn't, he's not that hard. I think that the second child is always the hardest child to deal with.
Really?
Yes, the second one. The second one.
Hello. First of all, I'm the second child. Let's not do that.
Listen, everybody says the second one is the hardest one. I didn't believe that until I had my second child. Now my third one is starting to be the same thing as the second, so I don't know what they said about the third one, but
I know you had said, I don't remember which one it is that you had said was, I think you said the last one was stubborn. I was listening to another podcast and I was talking about the difference with their personalities.
he is stubborn.
And who is it that they got that from?
I think it's a mixture between me and my husband. It's a mixture. It's a mixture. My husband will say me, of course, but it's a mixture.
Okay, well, understand. I mean, and all three of them have different personalities. How is it that you categorize each of them to cater to their needs? Because I mean, with each personality comes different needs. How is it that you balance doing that to ensure that each of them, they're filled up with getting the affirmations, the love, or whatever that they need, depending on what they desire. What
Yeah,
it is that they desire.
I think my 5 year old is more of the sensitive soul.
Okay.
So I cater to him, and I think my the middle child doesn't really need me much because he backs away and he doesn't like to be held, and then my third one doesn't like me to hold him at all. So he's more of a
He doesn't like you to hold him.
no. He's more of a I want to just get down and crawl and do what I do.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Kids are getting independent and soon want to do stuff by on their own,
Yes.
without mommy. How does that work for you? How does that work for you in your mind, in terms of, okay, I have them now and they're dependent on you, and I mean, they want to have their own independence at this age, but they're still independent in their own little ways, and you're knowing that, hey, there will come a point where they're going to be teenagers and they won't really need you. How does that play on you?
Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like sometimes I'm like, I don't want them to grow up and be like, okay, we're teenagers, we don't need you now. And I'm like, sometimes I want to be the mom that holds on to them. But my husband says in order for them to grow, I have to kind of let them go. Like let them fly, which is the hardest thing for moms to do, by the way, because sometimes we're like emotionally attached, and it's so hard for us to say, okay, we're gonna let you fly and go. We still want our babies.
Yes. Even though they keep you up at night.
Yes.
Even though whatever, you still want them to remain babies so that you can have them.
Yes.
Do you think that it would be a bit easier having boys than if you had girls?
I think boys are much easier. Well, let me take that back. I don't know. I don't know. Well, boys are much easier, when it comes to, they don't get attitudes and they don't get the whole, I could do, how girls are when they become teenagers.
Oh, yes.
And they're less expensive, but boys are so hard to keep alive. And by that, I mean they jump from everything and they want to hurt themselves all the time.
Oh dear. I mean, how is it with this lockdown? Well, not everybody's lockdown, but I mean with this quarantine and everybody's inside, is it harder to keep them occupied?
It's crazy. It is hard to keep them occupied because we want to get them out of the house. Like for my 5-year-old, we finally got to the point where we put them in soccer, which has been really helpful. But yeah, they stay in the house, they run around, they jump off things. It's so hard to keep them occupied.
I think with girls, it's less. You don't have to. Well, I mean, you have to try and keep them occupied, but they're not always jumping all over the place. Or so. I mean, that's the difference with the boys and the girls.
Yeah, you don't have to try to keep the girls alive. Like, there's a struggle trying to keep the boys alive.
Yeah. Talkbacks. So you deal with talkbacks with the kids.
Oh, talkbacks. Oh my God. Girl, like lately my 5-year-old has been talking back non-stop. Like seriously. Seriously, you know how we wish that our kids knew how to talk? Oh my God, I am so taking that back because everything I said, he said something and oh my God, he is the worst. Like seriously.
I think one of your podcasts you were talking about, you were doing some, I think it's exercise or your son was like, Mommy, why is your belly jiggling? And you were like, really? It's time for me to exercise. Like, what? And they're so blunt.
It's that honesty that always gets me. Like seriously, I could ask him anything. Like if I ask my husband something and my husband says, okay, you don't look fat in this dress, and then I know I'm gonna ask my son. I know he's gonna tell me the exact truth.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's so authentic to have kids around you, because they're truthful. They don't really hide stuff. They tell you as it is. Sometimes we don't want to hear it because it can be so direct. And we really don't want to hear it sometimes. But sometimes it gives you a better perspective on it. When I hear some of the kids saying to me, yo, you're old. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And they're asking me, oh, but do you know this music? And when I don't, they're like, yeah, but you're old. And that can really get you because, come on. I just thought I was a young adult the other day. What had happened?
And they'll keep it up too because kids could keep up an argument like forever.
Yes, they can. And I think you're balancing so well. You're balancing and you're doing your podcast and you're doing everything. And I watch you there and you come on your IG and you dance for us and you're just enjoying yourself. You don't seem stressed at all.
Ugh, yeah, don't seem.
You don't seem stressed.
Yeah, I don't. That's how I dance my stress away, kind of, because like during the day, I'm like so stressed out because at some point, both babies are gonna cry at the same time while I'm trying to make dinner, and it's like. It's hilarious, like hearing me, because my husband hearing me scream, like, "Oh my God, why are you crying?" Yeah, during part of the day, I'm like stressed. I'm like pulling my hair out. Well, the hair that I got. Like seriously, it gets stressful. Yeah, I think me dancing and doing all those Instagram thingies is just a way for myself not to go all crazy and cry. Like seriously, sometimes I just want to cry, but then I'm like, I can't break down in front of them.
Right. Mental health is important, and there are sometimes you need to be away from them. Not too long, but you probably need to be away and relax yourself a bit and then go back to it, because it's important that we take some time out for ourselves, as women, as wives, as moms. Take time for ourselves to ensure that we are okay, because if we are not okay, the house is not okay.
Yes, and that's why I dance sometimes.
Yeah, continue doing your thing. But I guess this is it for us. We're done.
Oh,
this
wow,
was nice and short. Yes.
This was nice.
Nice and short. So you can just let them know where exactly to look for you, where to find you, and when it is that your podcast come out and how they can talk to you, view you.
Yes, Mama Life is on all platforms. Yes, you can find me on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Google, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Mm-hmm. And I come out every Tuesday. Like my recent episode came out last Tuesday. this Tuesday, actually. So, yes, I come out on Tuesdays, and I'm on all platforms, so be sure to tune in.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, yeah, look forward to talking to you again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, this was fun.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
was. Yeah, so thank you guys for listening to Unfiltered by Jade, and we'll definitely be here again next week, Tuesday. Bam bam bide, bam bam bide, badu bidi, bam bam bide.